Hello, everyone. Welcome to Skin School. I'm so happy I can see you, but I'm happy we're back together. Times present, or our life presents a lot of stress always, but especially in crisis times, there is so much more stress. And I think right now we are really learning how important it is to take care of our health, how important it is to build up our immune system to super strong and staying healthy. And I think there is a lot we can learn how to do that best. And I'm really happy to support everybody's thoughts on that and help to understand, inflammation more. So I'm Dr. Barbara Sturm. I'm coming from the orthopedics, and I'm specialized in inflammation. I'm an anti-inflammatory doctor, if you want to call it that. I help pioneering a treatment in the orthopedics where you take the patient's blood, you process it in a certain way, you create anti-inflammatory proteins, re-inject it into the joints to take down inflammation and therefore the aging process in the joints. And I translated this knowledge in 2002 into the skin. And I created something which you know today, it's called blood facial or vampire facial or PRP. And this is something where I really wanted to do something on a cellular level and really help on a molecular level to do something effectively with the aging process of our cells. And this whole philosophy I'm leaning towards is really being kind to your skin and making your skin your most robust organ, your most functioning organ, your most, immortal cells. So keep your cells strong, healthy, performing, so that your skin, as your protection tool, can really, perform the function of this protection tool. It's our fortress. It's what is representing our body towards the outside. And, skin is something we need to, make sure it's intact, because otherwise bacteria or allergens can enter our system, our skin and our entire system. But also, things can, get out of the skin, like, transepidermal water loss, which makes us age faster. But it all goes together with inflammation. So coming from the orthopedics and working on inflammation, what is inflammation? Inflammation is all around us. Inflammation is an ongoing immune response. And, if we have inflammation in our system, it destructs our tissue, it destructs our, health, and can lead to chronic diseases, even to cancer. So we really have to make sure we get inflammation under control. It's not something we see necessarily. And inflammation comes from all around us, from pollution, from sun, from diet, from no sleep, from stress, from, products we use on our skin, from makeup, from, harsh ingredients in our skincare. And, when I talk about stress right now, our stress levels are extremely high, and we have a rising of cortisol in our blood levels, which leads to inflammation. Inflammation leads to disrupted skin barrier, and therefore we can see breakouts or redness, irritations, and rosacea. It also can lead to aging. So inflammation is connected to every skin condition we can think of. So we need to get inflammation under control. And right now, especially we want to focus on our overall health as well, because we want to prevent from becoming a patient. We want to stay healthy and strong and protect our bodies and keep our immune system strong. So what do we need to do? I always really like to talk about anti-inflammatory lifestyle. So what does it mean, anti-inflammatory lifestyle? We need to get enough sleep. Sleep is so important to us. And, sometimes, especially when we're younger, we think, it doesn't really matter. And, I can, party through the night, or, I can stay up until the morning. It doesn't really matter. It does matter, because during the night, all our repair functions are happening, and we need to restore and rejuvenate throughout the night. And lots of things happening through the night. And I talk a lot about telomerase activation, which is, probably the most proven theory of anti-aging. Telomeres are the little caps of the chromosomes, which each cell division the telomeres get shortened, and if the telomeres are too short, our cell mutates or dies, and that's called aging. So telomeres can be, you know, kept long, and this is a repair mechanism which only happens very late in our sleep. So this is just one example, but for example, if we go to bed with a big meal and we maybe had some alcohol and we just go to bed late, and we have our body being really busy to digest our meal and really can't go to work on other functions we need to repair during the night. So sleep with an empty stomach is actually quite good to do once in a while. Try to get to bed early. Try to have you know, an anti-inflammatory diet. What does this mean? Anti-inflammatory diet, there's a Harvard study which names certain foods being anti-inflammatory: green leaf vegetable, olives, almonds, walnuts, mackerel, salmon, you know, tomatoes, oranges, cherries. There's a whole list of ingredients we should have in our diet. But of course, you know, everything alkaline food is very anti-inflammatory as well, because food can cause inflammation in our system as well, especially fried food, processed meat, sugars. So it's important to watch your diet, and you will see if you change your diet in a certain way that it will help your body also to feel stronger and to help with your immune system. So it's important to keep ourselves in really good conditions, especially right now. I got a lot of questions from you. Thank you so much. We will answer every single question, not just in this hour, but later on we will write to everyone with an answer. And I was looking through all those questions, and I was very, you know, drawn to, you know, lots of you are dealing with breakouts and acne right now, and that's especially right now, what can lead to acne and breakouts. The cortisol coming from stress, the no sleep, basically the, you know, situation we're in can lead to enormous inflammation in our system, and that's what can lead to breakouts. So normally we have a strong skin barrier function, and skin barrier is, you know, as I just said, our protection tool, the fortress of the skin. It consists out of dead skin cells, a hydrolipid film, and microbiome. And this is very important. This is all balanced together. This skin barrier also needs a lot of hydration in order to function. It needs a slight acidic pH in order to function. So it's really important to keep the skin barrier intact. If you have an intact skin barrier, that's 90% win of healthy, beautiful skin. So if we destroy our skin barrier, and this can happen through lots of, you know, situation, disbalance in our routine, with inflammation, with, you know, and, sun can, you know, destroy our skin barrier. Then, you know, harsh ingredients in skincare products can destroy our skin barrier. Pollution, HEV light from the phone can be harmful to our skin barrier and cause inflammation. So as soon as our skin barrier is disrupted by inflammation, we will see that bacteria can go into our skin, or allergens, and that things which we want in our skin, like hydration, can leave the skin, and that's suboptimal, because, you know, this can lead to breakouts, rosacea, aging. So we really need to make sure that our skin barrier is the most protective and the most intact as possible. Also, when we age, you know, when you know, the skin loses elasticity, collagen, and you know, the water can leave the skin barrier way more easily, because the structure of our skin barrier is way strong, so it's more loosened up. So water can leave skin which is aging way earlier. So we have to make sure with our skincare routine that we hydrate our skin. Hydration is the key to healthy skin. Hydration really, no matter if you have combination skin, if you have dry skin, if you have oily skin, you need hydration. Hydration, and it's not the opposite of oiliness. So if we think, for example, we have super oily skin, that we have to dry out our skin, that's wrong. We always have to hydrate our skin. We have to get our sebum in control, our sebum production. We need to get our dead skin cells under control, but we have to always hydrate our skin. So that's really important. That's something I put a lot of focus in, you know, my skincare, and every product I produce is hydrating. That's really important. So dryness can come through being at home right now, being you know, excluded from outside, but also spending a lot of time in front of screens and you know, TV, our tablets, our computers, and those lights coming from those screens, they're quite dangerous, and they're pretty much same aggressive like sun, the UVA, UVB coming from the sun. So if you imagine a light comes from our blue light, from our digital screens, can penetrate our skin and can cause not just dryness, but also inflammation again. So it's really important to keep our skin hydrated at all times. So what I will do right now is I put my hydrating face mist on. You will see me doing this more times because the hydration is really important. But also anti-pollution drops is a product I actually use every morning and throughout the day a couple of times, because these anti-pollution drops present a sheet on my skin which block out the HUV light from the phone. And by the way, you know, breakouts and acne not only come from the from inflammation through HUV light, you know, very often it comes from pollution, and of course also from hormonal changes, especially when we are in puberty, when we hit hormones. Hormones send a signal to our glands, to our oil glands, to produce more sebum, and that then together with you know, dead skin cells clogs the pores, and you know, can, number one, create blackheads when the pores are open to the outside and it oxidates, but also it can create pimples when bacteria come in. They become you know, whiteheads, and they can also lead to cystic acne depending on you know, how bad the inflammation is. And this is something where we really need to pay attention. How do we treat our skin? Number one, what I just said, we need to keep our skin barrier functions intact. How do we do it? We provide a good pH, we provide hydration. What else do we need to do? We need to stay away from inflammation. We can do this through stress reduction, diet, sleep, but also leaving or keeping away harsh ingredients from our skin. Harsh ingredients, what are harsh ingredients? For example, there's a lot of products out there which have acids or you know, glycolic, retinol, retin-A, and there's a lot, perfumes, mineral oils. There are a lot of ingredients, and I'm happy to send you all the list with these ingredients, do's and don'ts, which can lead to disrupted skin barrier, and that's really important to avoid, because it's crucial for our balance of the skin to keep this inflammation caused by harsh ingredients out of our skin and keep our skin barrier function intact. Really always focus on that. How can we make our skin the strongest and most healthy system there is? Because, you know, and you can see it on products, for example, when you buy a product and it says don't use it when you're pregnant. This is already a sign that you shouldn't use it when you're not pregnant. You know, you shouldn't use it at all, because it most likely can be a danger to your unborn baby. So it would be a danger to your overall health. And we just decided, let's stay as healthy as possible, and starting with our skin and with our overall health. So it's really important to understand that this skin barrier function is really the tool to present healthy skin. And how do we treat our skin? How do we get inflammation under control in our skin? And you know, if you have hormonal breakouts or from pollution and we're very irritated, what should we do? Should we dry out the pimple? Should we use harsh ingredients? You know, there's a lot of options presented out, you know, in the marketing world, in the skincare market, and how do we deal with it? So number one, it's really important that we have a proper skincare routine, and that we do a proper cleansing and a proper exfoliation and a proper hydration, moisturizing, and also have a proper sunscreen. And and especially when you have oily skin, also add the toning step. So how do we even know what skin type we are? This is very easy to test. You wash your face with lukewarm water, no cleanser, and then you wait for half an hour, and then you take mattifying paper and you press it on your areas, and then where you see it's oily, this is the oily T-zone, for example, or your whole face is oily. Often you have like very dry cheeks, but the T-zone is oily, or you have no oil at all, which you know, tells you that you are more prone to dry skin. I just said it's really important, no matter which skin type you are, that you always hydrate your skin. So I want to give you like an overview of a proper skincare routine. And besides having a good skincare routine and hydrate, it's also super important to do and don't do some things and do not some things. So number one, I see, you know, when I talk to teenagers who have acne, they show me their skin and they touch their skin with their fingers. Never ever do that unless you just washed your hands. Try really to stay away with your hands from your face. Same if you have long hair and your hair is always falling over your face, this always presents bacteria on your hair and it could be dirty. And this is something you should put your hair back and keep it out of your face. Then what's really important, especially when you have a breakout prone skin, wash your face in the morning and in the evening. Also, especially when you have oily skin, morning and evening. Choose a cleanser which is hydrating. Yeah, don't dry out your skin. There's a lot of you know, breakout acne clarifying products out which actually are targeting to dry out your skin, and it's really not a good idea. Our skin barrier is the best when it's hydrated, and although when we have breakouts and acne, we need to hydrate our skin and we need to keep our skin barrier intact, even more so. Yeah, so let's not put our skin in time out when it's already crying. Yeah, a cleanser I would recommend is our foam cleanser. It's aloe vera and urea. It's very silky, beautiful, hydrating foam. pH 5.2, which is very close to the skin's pH, which is also important. Don't wash your face with strong alcohols and soap, which can dry out your skin. Soap has a pH of 9 or 10, and it's very bad for your skin barrier function. So if you think, oh, today I washed my face with soap, no, go for a proper cleanser. It's really mandatory, especially if you have disbalanced skin. Put it in your shower, and it's a good thing to wash your face when you take your shower too. Wash it, especially in the nighttime. Also wash off all your makeup when you wear makeup. If you guys work out, wash your skin right after you worked out. It's really important to keep your skin always clean. If you work out and you sweat, it can also really promote breakouts and acne, also especially on your back. So it's important to use this cleanser. Use the cleanser also on your back, okay? That's a very good, mild, yet very effective cleanser, yeah? Then for exfoliation, you have two options in the Sturm line. You can use the Enzyme Cleanser, which is the most gentle form of exfoliation. It's subtly passed to enzymes which break down lipids and proteins and gently take off dead skin cells. And that's important to take off dead skin cells, because when dead skin cells oxidate with sebum, it creates blackheads. And I got a lot of questions about blackheads. And you know, blackheads, I had blackheads when I was young. I mean, like around my 30s, because I had such dry skin and I couldn't find a moisturizer which could hydrate my skin. This went away the second I had my moisturizer, because all of a sudden my skin was hydrated. I never had blackheads again. So besides, you know, hydration, we also need to exfoliate, okay? Twice a week, because a normal skin cycle takes like 28 days. Your skin cells get created on the bottom. They walk up and divide in like 40 to 60 times, and then they die, become dead skin cells, and they flake off. And usually they flake off by themselves, but not with everyone and in every area. So it's really important to help a little bit to remove the dead skin cells, okay? Enzyme Cleanser is a powder. You take a little powder in your hand, you wash your hands you add a little water and you create like a foam in your hands. You wash your skin, wait a minute, and then you wash it off. Yeah, 2-3 times a week. And if any one of you uses glycolic retinol retin-A, please don't use the enzyme cleanser, because you have to wait. Retinol and retin-A and glycolic and acid peels are really functioning in a way that they not only take off the dead skin cells, they also take off healthy skin cells, and this way disrupt your skin barrier function, and your skin needs time to regrow. So therefore it's really important, if you use any of those ingredients, stop using them, wait 3-4 weeks, and then you go and start exfoliating with the enzyme cleanser. Alternatively, you can also use a facial scrub. That's to your preference. It's a mechanical, very gentle, mild scrub to exfoliate your skin with that. I alternate. In my case, I love the facial scrub as well. Next step would be a toner, balancing toner. Also, really, guys, watch out what ingredients are in your toner. It shouldn't be harsh alcohols. It shouldn't be acids. It's really important that it balances your pH, but also stabilizes your skin barrier function, and hydrate. It has hyaluronic acid, beta-glucan, vitamin E. It's a really strong, beautiful balancing toner, and especially when you have oily skin, it's nice to get rid of extra oils on your skin, but also have like a pH balancing toner is important. And then 2 more steps in your skincare routine. And if you have oily, breakout prone skin, you go for the clarifying serum. It's a hyaluronic serum, and hyaluronic serum is really the key for hydration. Our hyaluronic serum has different sizes of molecules which penetrate in different skin layers, and that's really important because we need deep hydration, we need superficial hydration. Number 1, hydration is the key also for our cells to take on active ingredients. So I always compare a grape with a raisin. So a raisin is a dehydrated skin cell and doesn't have osmosis channels to take on active ingredients. And a grape is a hydrated skin cell which has really nice channels to take on active ingredients. And as I told you, the skin cells get created in deeper skin layers and then move up. So it's really important to give them always hydration, to be functioning, to stay alive, to be really the best performing skin cells we can have. So let's not damage our skin cells. Let's be really, really great to our skin cells. And that's why a hyaluronic serum, in this case with the clarifying ingredients, to help get sebum production under control, but also to heal up blemishes, soothe irritated skin. That's a really great hyaluronic serum from the clarifying line. And then another clarifying product is the clarifying face cream. Also really great, hydrating, anti-aging, but also to heal up blemishes and breakouts. It's really important also when you're on medication, you know, if you're taking any form of Accutane from your doctor, please always do a proper skincare routine. It's really important. Also, if you do ointments, it's important that your skin gets, you know, all the ingredients, nutrients, hydration for functioning skin barrier. And we need to keep this going through every kind of treatment. Yeah. So if you have a breakout, you just, you know, started and you go on this routine with the clarifying line, and you start, you know, using these products. And also our spot treatment, for example, is amazing with tea tree oil and zinc. And you go on this program, and we try to get breakouts and acne under control, and you can't get it under control in the next 6 weeks. It's really important to go to the doctor and really check what else can be done, because then it's, you know, you also need to check your blood level and see if it's something hormonal, if it's something allergy related, it's something food related. So we really have to figure out where it comes from, and then really do the right treatment for it. And if it's something more robust from a dermatologist, then it's really still important to do the right skincare treatment while getting ointments or medication from your doctor. And another thing which I really always try to tell everyone, if you have breakouts, it's really tempting to do something about it and pop and get rid of a pimple and break out and try to work on it yourself. But it's really important that you're very careful with doing that, whether a professional should do it, whether you leave it alone and have it heal itself. You know, if it's going too deep and if it's even bleeding, you really disrupt your skin barrier there and disrupt your skin, and you cause micro injuries in your skin, and this can lead to hyperpigmentation, especially with skin with more melanin. You know, melanin rich skin is shown in studies that, you know, if you have a comedome and a breakout, there's always inflammation, but with melanin rich skin, Fitzpatrick, like 3 to 5 skin type, it's shown in clinical trials that the inflammation is everywhere, you know, not just where the breakout is, it just goes all over the place. And then what happens is a very strong inflammation cascade, and this can lead to post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. So it's really important when we have this situation of breakouts that we not cause hyperpigmentation, because this will be something later on we will suffer from as well. So be really gentle with the way you really deal with your breakouts, okay? And also, if you pop a pimple, make sure you use sunscreen on it to prevent from hyperpigmentation issues, yeah? So let's see what I talked about this. So I did some notes here. Should we go into some questions? Sent me so many questions. Thank you for that. So we talked about that. Let's see, do's and don'ts. Yeah, let's talk a little bit about the don'ts before we go into question. So I know people love makeup wipes and cleansing brushes, but I really want to tell you, don't use them, because they cause micro injuries in the skin. Also, they rub the dirt into your skin. So please stay away from those. Also, I think a trend is double cleansing. Try to not do too much cleansing, too much exfoliation, because again, this disrupts your skin barrier function. And also make sure your cleanser is pH neutral for the skin. It's really important to be gentle to your skin and not really attack the skin. And over exfoliation and over cleansing can attack your skin. Yeah, there's things like, you know, products which say resurfacing. Also be careful with that. Stay away from acids, bad alcohols. You know, with food, what's really important, if you could avoid, you know, if everyone who I'm talking to right now on FaceTime consultations who experience breakout, I try to get them away from dairy and meat for a little while, and high glycemic food, foods like, you know, white rice, pasta, sugars, that we really try to get from our diet the sebum production down, because you know, there's this hormone, insulin, like growth factor, growth hormones, which rises in the blood level of you know, when you're in puberty, but also if you have certain foods. And also there's so many hormones in meat and in dairy from what the cows eat, that it can really affect our skin as well. So it's really really important that you adjust your diet for a little bit, because this can already help so much. Yeah. Never dry out your skin. What else?
We also have our first.
Yeah, let's start. Let's start.
Nogulia, I hope I pronounced it correctly.
Hi, how are you?
Good to see you.
Good to see you too. So my name is Noelia. I'm 25 years old and I live in New York City. Just had a really quick question. I'm trying to get into the routine of adding a serum to, I guess, my night care. I was just concerned as to how much is too much products, or what products would be recommended. I recently bought your night serum, which I adore, but I'm not sure if I should
so
just
good, no? It's so good. I tell you, aging starts with your puberty, because the thymus is like going down with work, and therefore, you know, the aging process starts like right there, but you obviously don't see it before you are a certain age. So you would maybe only notice it in your skin when you're like in your 20s. Yeah, but it's really great if you do something in early age, especially when it's not aggressive. So if we look for anti-aging treatments which disrupt our skin, yeah, that would be wrong. I would not recommend to do that at any age, but especially not in young age. So, but if you go for hydration, if you go for anti-inflammation, if you go for ingredient science, you know, the night serum has cotton thistler, which rebuilds your collagen. It has senalata extract, which helps UV damage, to repair UV damage from the day. It has ingredients to strengthen your skin barrier function, to help with irritated skin. It helps to fill in fine lines and wrinkles. That's all coming from nature. It's all anti-inflammatory and hydrating. So that's something you can start as early as you want to, you know. So that's really a good way. And then I think prevention is really smart. Yeah, but stay good to your skin and make your skin the most robust, most taken care of tool, and treat it with respect, and, you know, treat it as it's something with a lot of value to you, you know.
Appreciate it. Thank you. So I should just stick with the night serum. I shouldn't add any other serum to it, or? So
you can, you just do the night serum and your moisturizer?
Yeah, the face cream light I have.
Okay, good.
And that's about it.
That's amazing. You know, if you feel like you want to add another serum, you can do the super anti-aging serum or the hyaluronic serum. But you know, if you just have the night serum, it's perfect because it has a lot of anti-aging ingredient, but also it has hyaluronic acid, so you're pretty good. Do you have the anti-pollution drops?
I do. I have that one. I use in the morning or throughout the day, and the glow drops, which I sometimes use if I'm going outside, but I haven't really used recently.
That's perfect. Do you take any of the supplements like skin food?
No, I have not. I was looking into it. I was still a bit, you know, unsure, but I was looking into there's one, I forgot which one, but there was one I was interested in. So you have a perfect skincare routine, you know, whatever you feel comfortable doing. Maybe at one point, you know, in the next 5 years, you want to start with your eye cream, yeah? But you have a perfect skincare routine. You don't have to overdo it. You have your hydration tool. You have your nice moisturizer. You have a cleanser. You have an exfoliator. Perfect. Appreciate all your help. Thank you so much. Nice to see you. You too.
Next we
Take
have.
I know, I'm sorry, I'm in a very light spot here near the window, but I live in New Hampshire. I'm 31 years old, and there's really no other where in my house where there's not any light. I have a lot of windows, so
that's good though.
Yes, yeah. I recently just got very into your skincare, and it's just quite funny because the way you describe such things as, you know, once we all, you know, look at these acid peels and we go right to them because it's a quick fix and what have you. And I actually, when I was in my mid-20s, I would say I did one chemical peel and that was it. And after that, I thankfully didn't do anymore. And I think, as you say, sometimes, you know, we just jump on things that we think are going to be better for us. But as I can say, you know, it's not. And now that I am trying to repair my skin, I have only 4 products from you and I love them. I am so obsessed with them. The cleanser, the light moisturizer, and the sun drops and anti-pollution drops. And I love them. In my next phase, I would love to acquire your hyaluronic serum, but I want to know the difference between the darker skin tone hyaluronic acid serum, and the regular.
That's a really good question, and that's a line I created 5 years ago together with Angela Bassett, and when we discussed, she was super excited about my normal products, and we were discussing differences, and I went really hard into research and really did a lot of digging, and we decided, or we came across that you know, melanin rich skin has way more inflammation, way more breakouts, and post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. So we went for really amazing ingredients in this line, which helps to be antibacterial, extra anti-inflammatory, and good for evening out the skin tone. There's lumicol, honocule, whitewood bark, magnolia bark, so everything coming from the nature. And so I always recommend the darker skin tone line. I'm using the darker skin tone line for everyone who wants to work against hyperpigmentation, melasma, any type of post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. And you know, it's extra antibacterial, so it's also great if you have acne-prone skin. So I always recommend, if you have acne-prone skin, to use the darker skin tone cleanser, enzyme cleanser, and hyaluronic serum. And then you use the clarifying line. So it's really, it's just the same like the normal, but a little more active and a little more designed to help with breakouts and hyperpigmentation. So that's
awesome.
basically the difference. Yeah.
Well, I think you sold me on the darker skin tone hyaluronic serum. So thank you.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. I love this line. It's also, you know, I formulated the creams from the darker skin tone line. Also, really great to use if you have oily prone skin. It's amazing, this combination.
Oh, yes, I'll have to try. Well, thank you so much, and I can't tell you how much you've impacted my life. And for small, out of all, you know, the things I purchased in my life, you know, we buy these brands, and out of just 4, you know, brands, items
I
one
know
brand,
that, but
all of it's
that's
changed.
the thing. That's the temptation in our, you know, in the marketing world, and you know, and it's like this temptation of like curating like a big range of products, and you want to have your bathroom shelf be like crazy, and you know, all these things, and this is too much. You have to be, you know, the best things in life are simple, you know. It just needs to be the best quality, and you know, your skincare routine can be very simple, you know. And when I was younger, I was just using a face cream because I didn't have any anymore. And then I created more products, and then I had my hyaluronic serum and my face cream. And now, I mean, now I'm an addict for my products, but before I really was, you know, helping my skin just with an amazing moisturizer, and my hyaluronic serum was great, you know. And slowly, and especially now, you know, when you age and when you become older, you're craving more ingredient science. So I'm really producing everything I always need for myself. But it's great. You can really stay focused on a few products, and you can already keep your skin in the most healthy.
Oh, and mix them all as well. I mix all of your stuff, and I have. So it's really, minus the cleanser. So it's awesome. It really is.
Great.
Thank you
This
so
makes
much.
me so happy.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
You too. Thank you. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
So next we have Carolina.
Hi, Carolina.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Hi.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great, thank you. How are you?
Good. Where are you?
I am in Colombia right now.
Oh,
I'm from
wow.
Colombia. Yes.
Amazing. Wow.
Yes, it's
Cool.
been inspiring. I've been ever since the quarantine started, for me, it was like your products were my go-to. Like, I became obsessed with your Instagram, your classes, everything. So,
This makes me so happy. Thank you.
No, thanks to you. It's really an honor to see you through the camera, to talk to you, and especially because I've been very I am 29 years old, and I still get a lot of acne, and I'm very bad with my hands because I tend to pop them because they can get very bad. So I really, it's horrible. So I saw your smoothies, the food for anti-inflammatory. And I wanted to ask you, one of the questions was apart from dairy and meat, which are the, I shouldn't be eating, what else is not good for my acne, prone skin?
If you, do you eat a lot of sugar?
Maybe.
Pasta, rice.
Yes,
like, you know,
in
you
Colombia
can
we have a
Google-
lot of rice.
Yeah,
Colombia
I know,
has
I know. I love it too. I love rice too. So it's really really good if you check. There's something called high glycemic index, and
Okay.
so try to avoid this food as well. And I know it's really hard, especially you know, to change a diet. But everything you change, it's just like an adaptation process, and it becomes a habit. And then it's like me. Sometimes I just love sugar, and I need sugar like after lunch, after dinner, and then but then if you get away a little bit from it, then you don't need it anymore, and then actually you don't want it. Same with bread. You know, if you used to eat bread a lot, you know, then you become used to it. But you can make everything a habit. So if you try to exclude a few certain ingredients from your diet, you will notice that you then at one point don't crave them anymore, and you don't need them anymore, you know.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, because we have a lot of that. Those are the actual Colombian foods. Like, especially in my region, we have a lot of bread. It's just
Yes.
bread.
And I think also meat. No, you eat a lot of meat there. No.
Yes, we do. But I personally don't like beef. I enjoy better like a good fish, like white fish. I love it. But
Yeah.
yes, and another thing, like I purchased the anti-blemish and anti-aging set. I love it. I'm in love with it. It has been it's just absorbs. Like when I bought it,
Yeah.
my mom was like, "What are you gonna do with all those creams?" I'm like, "They absorb, Mom. Don't worry, they absorb." And I want to know what's the next step. Like I have this, and I feel my skin a little better actually, but I want to know what will be next, especially because I'm reaching my 30s. And
So what are you using right now? Which one are you using?
the entire set. So I have the darker skin tones, the cleanser, the enzyme cleanser, the clarifying serum, and I also purchased the anti-pollution drops. And
Very good.
yes, and even for my husband, he's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "You need this."
Yeah, I know. Every husband or boyfriend is stealing the products from everyone. It's actually quite funny. So they get into our skincare routine. It's amazing, actually. So yeah, no, but then you have like a really great skincare base, and also everything is anti-aging. So just because it's a clarifying cream, it's still anti-aging. You know, there's a lot of first in there, lots of ingredients which help with telomerase activation, hydration, nutrition. So you're doing anti-aging right here. So if you want to go a little further, then you might want to add the super anti-aging serum and the night serum, you know. The night serum is something I would recommend everyone, just because the night serum it's such an amazing product. I can't live without it. It's my new obsession. It's a really super velvety consistency, and it makes all the difference. You know, I always love when you use the product and then you see an effect right away. So I get lots of feedback about this night serum. So you put it on in the evening before applying your moisturizer, and it just helps with repair, with rebuilding collagen, with filling in fine lines and wrinkles, and it's hydration poor, of course. So this is something, and you put everything also around your eyes, use it everywhere. This is an amazing serum for nighttime. So if you want to add something, also what I would recommend, number one, for your breakouts, occasionally the repair foods, because it also has zinc. Zinc is really important.
Yeah, that comes in the set. I'm taking 2 capsules every day.
Yeah, amazing. Yes, amazing.
Yeah.
And then you can add the skin food, you know. The skin food is also something I would recommend, especially if you want to do something for your overall health and anti-aging.
That's amazing. And one last thing, what's the go-to food apart from like the smoothies you guys have? Like, I know the strawberries, the dates, the cucumber. What other like food is really good for oily skin?
For oily skin, I think, you know, if you have like a vegetable-based diet, a plant-based diet, it's always you can't go wrong. I don't think that you know, there's like special, you know, if you avoid the things we just talked about, you know, dairy, meat, and high sugar food, you help you know, with your sebum production, because you know, those things can lead to a higher sebum production. But if you have a nice plant-based anti-inflammatory diet, I think you're good.
Well, thank you so much.
Yes,
Thank
nice
you.
to meet you. Thank you.
It was so nice to meet you too. Have a great day. Bye.
You too. Bye.
So we have Madeline next.
Hello.
Hi, Madeline. How are you?
Hi, I'm all right. How are you?
Good. Where are you?
I'm calling from New York City. I'm on the Lower East Side. Trying to get a better light. But yes, I'm 27, and one of the questions that I was asking is that I'm noticing I'm having, probably can't even see in the light, but I feel like I'm having constant kind of bumps or breakouts, and I normally don't really. I eat pretty plant-based, exercise, try to get good sleep. And I'm sure a lot of it is tied to the stress in this very, you know, upsetting but hopeful time. So didn't know if there's anything to keep in mind there. I usually keep my morning pretty simple. I do like a hydrating toner and then moisturize with SPF. So I'm not sure if there's anything I could do. And also I have not tried your products yet. So this is a good blank slate question.
So do you exercise every day?
I do pretty much every day now. Yeah, nothing else to do.
Do you take a shower after? Do you take a shower after?
Not always right away.
So one thing you could try, definitely, you know, if you exercise and you sweat, definitely wash your face and do your skincare routine after. Yeah. So that's important. What skin type are you? Do you have oily skin in general, or?
It's pretty normal. Sometimes, an oilier T-zone, but
yeah,
pretty normal.
Pretty normal other than this. And then I see, you know, and it's also something we do when we look at ourselves. You know, we basically talking to each other, but you always see yourself, and then you see some imperfections, and you touch your skin with your fingers. So it's really something we automatically do. It's really good if you would just like, you know, incorporate like, okay, don't touch your skin with your hands, or your hair in your skin, on your skin, can also transport ingredients and bacteria to your skin. So it's this is something you can do in your lifestyle and your habit. You eat pretty well with skincare products and ingredients. You know, you really have to make sure that whatever you use, that it helps your skin barrier function, that it's pH, you know, slightly acidic pH, that it's hydrating enough, that you really give your skin what it needs. So I mean, I would love for you to try maybe the products one day. Maybe, you know, if you have breakouts with the clarifying line, we have this set online, what Carolina was just talking about, you know, the set with the for the breakout set. We put like a whole set together of products, which is quite nice, because then we already have the routine together. But it's good if you know, if you would try the products and see how it helps your skin.
Yes, that's a good point, because sometimes with the bumps, I don't know if that's not exfoliating enough or not moisturizing enough.
What do you exfoliate with?
Moisturize? I don't know.
What do you exfoliate with? What is your exfoliant?
I have a scrub that I try and use once a week, but not always. And then I have a couple serums that have glycolic acid and hyaluronic acid. So I try and switch off between those. I don't always use them every day.
So glycolic acid, I wouldn't use at all, because it takes off healthy skin layers. Hyaluronic acid is great because it gives hydration. So, you know, just because both things are called acid doesn't mean it's the same. Hyaluronic acid is a water gel in a way, and it binds water. We have it in our skin, we have it in our eyeballs, in our joints, so it's a part of our body. Glycolic acid is something we put on our skin to, you know, resurface our skin, and that's not always necessary or good for our skin. Okay, so hyaluronic acid yes, glycolic acid no.
Thank you. I'll
Because
try.
if you disrupt your skin barrier, bacteria from your hair or from your hand can enter the skin, and then it can cause breakouts.
That's a good point.
Got it?
Moisturizing even more, maybe trying hyaluronic acid more. Maybe the bumps are from less moisture. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll
Yeah,
check.
just don't use glycolic anymore. I think
will.
this can help you.
Thank you. I'll try some
Okay.
product.
Also, on the website, the sets are called anti-blemish set and teen breakout.
Okay. On the website, the sets are called anti-blemish
And teen breakout.
and teen breakout set.
Okay. Yes.
If you want to check it out.
Your drops or products, I should try first.
Okay.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you. Stay safe. Okay.
Yes, and thank you for doing this.
Oh, thank you.
Bye.
And now, last but not least, we have Noor.
Yes.
Hi, Noor. How are you?
Good evening from Cyprus. My name is Noor.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I'm 17.
Welcome.
Thank you. So first of all, I'd like to say thank you so much for allowing us to join this very informative meeting. I'm an aspiring biologist. I really want to do biology. I'm only 17, and I've been very interested in, cosmetics and dermatology. So it's such an amazing thing to actually look up to you. So thank you so much for being an inspiration.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, thank you so much. So I've been dealing with hormonal imbalance, and also I've been juggling a very tight school and work schedule. Although I've been very interested into skincare and everything, I've been more into researching the science and understanding about it, that I've never really implemented a proper skincare routine for myself. So now that school is officially over for me, I'm more relaxed. I don't really know how to jumpstart a skincare routine. I have combination skin, so how would you recommend, how can I start a skincare routine?
So you can have, let's do like 4 or 5 steps. Number 1, you have a cleanser. Yeah. You wash your skin morning and night with this cleanser. Yeah. Very mild, hydrating, gets the job done. Really important to cleanse your face. Twice a week you use an exfoliant. This could be a facial scrub, or it could be the enzyme cleanser. Yeah, use that twice a week. And that's important to exfoliate your dead skin cells. Yeah. And then if you have oily prone skin, you use the balancing toner. Do you like to use a toner?
Yes.
So then you use this toner. And then what I would like for everyone to use as our hyaluronic serum, the anti-pollution drops. So that's the hyaluronic serum, especially in young age. That's the hyaluronic serum you should use, the anti-pollution drops, because it helps to block out the HEV light coming from the phones. And then for you, probably the face cream light. Face cream light. You have more oily prone skin, no? Or combination skin?
Yeah, I'd say combination skin.
Yeah, then maybe the face cream light, or you can also use the face cream light in a T-zone and the normal face cream on your cheeks. You have to try. Maybe that's enough though. Maybe the light is enough, especially in the summer months.
Okay, that's perfect.
And that's a good skincare routine. It's like a few steps, not too much, and it's a good routine to start with.
That's perfect. Also, can I ask one more thing?
Yes, of course.
I've been very interested because this hormonal imbalance that I have is actually taking my interest. I mean, how does what's the science behind hormones actually causing like acne and skin breakouts? How does it work?
So first of all, when hormones kick in puberty, they send a signal to the oil glands to produce more sebum. And that's what causes the breakouts, because the sebum then, gets stuck in the pores together with dead skin cells, and bacteria come in, and then it can cause breakouts. But also something which is called insulin-like growth hormone, rises in blood levels when we come in puberty, and that also leads to breakouts. Yeah. So that's why it's really important to stay with the skincare routine in a way that it helps with the sebum production, at the same time exfoliate your skin in the right way, at the same time hydrate your skin in the right way, and keep your skin barrier function intact. Yeah, and then exclude additional hormones from food like processed meat, dairy, sugar foods, you know?
Yes, that's perfect. Thank you so much. It's been amazing talking to you. Thank you so much.
So nice to meet you, Noor.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You sent so many questions through. We will answer every single question. Please stay in touch. Next week, I hope Maria is coming and doing the skin school with us. Maria Sharapova. Also, Olivia Kopo will be doing the skin school with us soon. We will be here every Wednesday at 12 Los Angeles time. I love to be with you guys. Keep sending your questions, your suggestions, what you want to learn about. And I'm sending you so much love. Take all good care of yourselves. I love you guys.